My beloved, in purity, I stand in your midst as I have stood on so many occasions as we have gathered together through the ages. My presence has become to you a sense of well-being, a feeling that all is well with the soul and with God. I am the carrier of a scroll, and upon my scroll are many notations given to me by Alpha and Omega. The notations are concerning the details of the lives of the sons and daughters of God, and thus it is often I who stand next to you, prompting you in the personal disciplines of self-mastery, which give to you a victory for a greater level of consciousness. And this is the meaning of the Annunciation. When you receive the Annunciation of the birth of the Christ within you, it means that you have assembled by the process of many efforts and much striving evidence before the lords of karma and your own God self that you are being promoted to a new level of Christ awareness. At that moment, I come with the Annunciation. On many occasions, as it has been appointed to me to come to you with your Annunciation, the fallen ones have read already the victory, the potential victory of your soul, and therefore 1, 2, or 3 days before my coming, they have come to knock upon your door. They have brought to you the temptations of this world, the contamination of your bodies through impure substance. These fallen ones have incarnated in this age as those who are the sellers and the users of drugs. And thus, with that substance in your temples, you were not able to receive my message, and therefore I was directed by God not to deliver the message, and the fruit of your experience in the use of that drug has simply been a letdown into a lower level of astral consciousness. And this, beloved ones, is the initiation of the fallen ones who have used the use of drugs among our youth to initiate them in the black magic unbeknownst to them. And thus there is the initiation into the ranks of the false hierarchy by the very fact that you have accepted their emissaries and the substance which they have purveyed. This is the terrible plight of the children of God upon earth. They have been literally seduced, I tell you, into darkness and the ways of darkness. And with the drugs then, they have entered into the misuse of the rhythm of the mother, and then into dishonest practices. And lo and behold, we find that the soul who was moving toward a very personal victory has been torn down now to the levels of self-degradation beyond any that I can recall since the days of Atlantis. Beloved ones, it is happening in nation after nation. Much of this comes through the Soviet Union and Communist China, but it comes through many others, and they are in many guises, through international crime. And thus, beloved ones, it is the fallen ones to whom we direct our ray of judgment and discipline this night, and not to those who are in any particular pocket of ideology. World conquest is sought by many, beloved ones, and the agents of the false hierarchy are in various manifestations. Beloved ones, I come to you by the dispensation of the Darjeeling Council, of these messengers who have served these many years, and of the students who have given their calls. Thus all who have given of light have created a force field whereby I might make known to you this darkness and this degradation. And therefore the lie of harmlessness has gone forth, and the fallen ones have entered government where they seek to decriminalize that use of marijuana, the most dangerous drug, the perversion of mother light. and that which prevents the raising of the Kundalini fires within you. Beloved ones, this is the message that must be shouted from the housetops. You must go back to those souls whom you have known, who are still involved in these practices. You must tell them that they are being initiated by invisible ones, fallen ones, who have seen their light and desire that light with the greatest degradation and darkness, the filth of their astral consciousness, and they desire to drink that light. If you can but imagine the face of the vampire drinking the blood of the newborn baby, you can understand what is this desire of these discarnates to have the blood of the light bearers. They are vicious, but they wear the masks of the Comforter. And they come in offering you solace and love and occupation of your energies and an association with those who understand the so-called deeper things of life. And they promise to show you mysteries, and they take you into that high hill and show you the kingdoms of the astral plane, and your fascination increases. Beloved ones, I come before you as an emissary of God. I stand in the white lightning of my presence, and I release to you that great purity of Alpha and Omega, whereby your only desire is to be God, whereby you desire to be stripped of the sophistication of this world and its intrigue. When you can follow the blessed teaching of Gautama Buddha, then and only then are you without an opening to the fallen ones. Your non-attachment then is the secret, for then you cannot be bribed by promises of either sensual happiness or wealth. Beloved ones, the Buddha came. The Buddha delivered his message so that you might be able to follow the path of the Christ. He came forewarning you of the days when the fallen ones would play upon your desires and your naivete, your credulity. Beloved ones, hear me. I am your friend. You know me well. And when you see me coming and you are in your light body in the etheric highways, you say, "Hail, Gabriel, friend of old." And we greet one another as comrades, and we embrace. I am not so far removed from you except in great spheres of cosmic consciousness, which are my force field of my attainment. And these I use together with the archangels and the Elohim to absorb much of the darkness that is upon the face of the earth. The meaning then of being present with the archangels and the Elohim and cosmic beings is that you are able to stand in accelerations, vortices of light, whirling spheres. In fact, beyond number are these whirling spheres within our aura, one inside the other. These spheres are magnetic. The vortex which they create draws the energies of impurity, and therefore it is the Elohim and the archangels who have stood between mankind and their self-destruction through the misuse of nuclear energy. On this and other planetary bodies, when there have been mishaps with experiments, we have been allowed by cosmic law to draw that energy into these great spheres of light and to transmute that energy. Beloved ones, this attainment is not far from you. Therefore, I exceed you only by the rounds and revolutions of light years of cosmos, which I have traversed without departing from the flame of God harmony. If you keep your God harmony, you will accelerate your power to transmute darkness manyfold, day by day. The problem we face with students of the light is the tremendous buildup of energy within a weak matrix, and the matrix cannot contain the light, and therefore, filled with light, that matrix does crack. And the matrix is your emotional body, which you must discipline and be determined to maintain peace no matter what the outer conditions. Beloved ones, there is a technique for going within to the great sphere of light within your heart, and to be then an observer of the passing scene, rather than as a cork bobbing upon the waves. Beloved ones, open your hearts, open your arms,